Are you there?
I don't know.
I'm here. Are you there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm here.
No. Think about that for a while. How can we ever really know? Does anyone? I mean,
What is here?
What if we're all just part of some guy's dream?
I don't know, man. Like, what if the color I see in the sky is different from the color you see in the sky, but we both call it blue, but we're seeing different things, man.
That is so deep. Oh God, they're here.
Oh, hi!
Hi, guys. Thanks for turning up because it was getting a bit weird in here.
Yeah, not so great.
Hi, loves. Hi, Wendy. Oh, you're all coming. Hi, Mary Ann. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Pam.
Hi, Lucy and Anne Corinne and Laurie and Cindy.
Hi, everybody. That's awesome.
It's
Congratulations,
so good to see you.
Pam. Her daughter is now officially a lawyer as of this week.
Casey, is that Casey?
It's Casey.
Ah, go Casey. Hello from Laura. Hello from Carrie and Susan and Christina. Hi, Christina and Melanie.
I'm like flashing them on and off. Look, just trust that we see you and we love you. I cannot keep up with the technological elements of this because it is...
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
Should we start or should we assume that we need more of them in? We
No,
have no more numbers. We are bereft of our numbers.
I know. And then they tell us, but then because there's a lag and there's a whole thing. You guys don't know what it's like on this side. We see the different things.
Yeah, we see different things.
It's pretty amazing, actually.
We don't see dead or alive people.
But like we maybe are seeing a different blue in the sky.
That's true. We see completely solipsistic universe.
We just see us.
We just see ourselves.
It's amazing.
Metaphor!
I will leave you to it. I trust there are many of them.
All right.
Thank you guys all for showing up. I'll be back in a little while.
Okay. So Rowie will come back soon. In the meantime, let's you and I, just the two of us, talk about transforming your life. I'm just, I follow this guy on YouTube who's a painter, and all he paints is trees. As you see, sometimes I don't paint trees so well. They're hard. Trees are like the hardest things to paint. And this guy is so brilliant. And all he paints is trees in full leaf under strong light on square panels. And it just, every single video is like how to draw foliage, how to paint leaves on trees, how to paint trees with leaves, how foliage looks when you paint it. Like he's trying to figure out all these different ways of saying, I'm going to paint a tree now. Well, I kind of feel that way about the secret to transforming your life. Pretty much everything I ever do in my life is here's how to transform everything. But it's what I've been writing about this week again. So I've been reading more again about the Transtheoretical model of change. And I created something called the 1 degree turn. Now, I didn't create it. I named it. So imagine that your life is an airplane flight and you are going in a specific direction. And the way in which you are going is determined almost completely for most of us by our culture. Then it gets determined by trauma. So we can be headed towards success and happiness, and then we get a trauma. And the way we internalize that is very, it changes our direction abruptly and enormously. But even that has something to do with the way we're socialized to internalize trauma. So basically we are taught or scared into setting our airplanes in a certain direction. Depending on how much your socialization or trauma pulled you away from your true nature, you are headed in a direction that is not right for you. And the most common thing people do when they decide their lives aren't working correctly is more of the same thing. So you are told, I always make this joke. I went to Harvard once thinking it would make me feel good about myself. And then I graduated and I didn't feel good about myself. So I just went back for another degree at Harvard and then another degree at Harvard, thinking eventually this has got to work. I've been told my whole life that doing well at school is going to make me happy. I just kept going further in the wrong direction for me. I mean, I'm not saying I'm grateful for the experience. I had some wonderful teachers, and it's a ticket that has bought me my way into many things. But academia is definitely not the right direction for my life. So I got increasingly unhappy because the airplane kept flying the same direction, right? And it was not where I wanted to go. So then I realized I was in the wrong place. I don't want a job in academia. What is this? I'm an assistant professor and I'm finishing my doctorate and I don't like it. And I had to take this huge leap at about 32 years of age. After putting like my whole life into my schooling, I had to sort of skydive off the plane. And it wasn't that big a change. I ended up realizing that I wanted to be a writer. But actually the coaching stuff that became the mainstay of my life, I had no intention of doing that. None at all. I ended up there because I started changing the angle of flight by 1 degree every day. So first thing I want you to do today is just evaluate. Think of a list of things you need to do in the next week or two. And notice your own reaction to what you're planning. Does it make you want to jump out of bed in the morning? Does it make you, do you laugh a lot when you think about doing it? Are you in a space of joy? Do you like the people you're doing it with? Do you like the places you're going to do it? Every little piece of it will bring a reaction. And if it's the right thing for you to do, you will start to feel lifted. Like there's actual lift on the airplane when you start aiming it in the right direction. If you don't feel completely lifted by what you're planning to do, think about taking one of the things that you're planning and shortening it just a little bit, like by 10 minutes. And instead of doing that thing in the 10 minutes, put in something that makes you feel lift. So for me, drawing and painting are big lifters. They've been that way since I was a little kid. And if you don't know what lifts you, a lot of people tell me, I don't know what I like. I don't know what I want. But everybody at some point when you were a little kid, there were some things that made you feel better than other things. Maybe for you, it was playing with other kids, playing kick the can. Like Karen, one of my beloveds, she liked being outside playing team sports. And she likes to do things with other people. She doesn't like to be isolated. I, on the other hand, love to be alone reading, which is a lot what writing is like, because I get to read what I write and see, oh, it's not as good as I thought. But I also love to draw and paint, still do. Love books and ideas, still do. Love stories, still do. You're always going to find something in your childhood that you liked better than other things. Maybe it was baking, or it was playing with building things or whatever. So, given your tendencies to enjoy certain things, resurrect them from your childhood. Get a set of paints, get a loom, get whatever it is that you want to play with and put into your calendar for tomorrow 10 minutes less of a thing that doesn't lift you, and substitute 10 minutes of a thing that lifts you. So I started doing this. I actually did quit my academic job at 30, I think it was 31 when I decided to quit. And didn't know what I was going to do with myself, but started steering my life in the direction of what gave me joy. And sometimes I would do weird things. Like one day I just went on a roller coaster. I put my kids in school, thought I want to go on a roller coaster, went straight to an amusement park and rode a roller coaster all day, not knowing what. I just had this principle that I was going to do something I loved in the spaces of time that I had. So I started living that way, and I became much more able to feel what made me lift. And strange, odd things came my way. Like I did get a chance. I decided I wanted to write because that really lifts me. But the kind of books I had been aiming for, sociological studies, didn't lift me at all. The things that I really loved were storybooks, like memoir, and I loved great self-help books. So I started writing what I wanted to read instead of writing some scholarly monograph that everybody would rather die than read. But also, a strange thing happened. I was going along this way, putting in things that I loved and that gave me lift, and I got a chance to teach at Thunderbird Business School part-time while I was still finishing my degree. And weirdly,